Hey, it's Alex, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So I decided to do a video on what Trump did, and also I wanted to clear up what it means to be transgender, because I feel like some people are confused about that. So why don't we just get into it? What does it mean to be transgender? Well, it means that I don't identify as the gender I was born with. Now, a lot of people have this idea that being transgender is hard to believe because we say, I feel like the opposite gender. And because something's a feeling, that's not a fact. And what I have to say about that is, there are studies, scientific ones, that have been done that you can research, or I'll give you two that you can research. So one is from 2014. It's the study was done in the VU University Medical Center in Amsterdam, and there was another one done in Barcelona, University of Barcelona in 2013, and those two studies were just two of the many that have been done on transgender individuals and how their brain either functions or how it actually is developed, and how that brain seems to identify with the opposite gender that they were born with. So for example, with me, because I can only speak personally. For me, I don't like saying that being transgender means that I have a mental disorder, because that has a negative connotation to it. Not because I think people with mental disorders have any reason that they can't function in society, but because society feels that way about them. So I just don't like putting that on transgender people. To feel that you have a problem just makes you feel like you can't function in society. But I also understand why people would think that way, because we are a small percentage of the population in general. It does have to do with our mentality, how we think, how our brain is, and I guess if people want to categorize it as that. I mean, it is categorized as that in general. That's one of the biggest issues with determining whether or not any of this is valid, and because it's something that we feel. It's a mental disorder. So anyway, I don't feel like I have a mental disorder. I feel like I'm pretty capable, and I just feel like I was born in a way that my body did not match how my brain developed, and I took the right steps to make that happen. And I think one of the biggest reasons that this is such an issue right now is because of social media, because a lot of people are finding out what transgender is. A lot of children or people in general who feel like they're questioning their gender identity, and I think a lot of people who aren't questioning their gender identity are confused, and a lot of them are also very skeptical, because there's just a lot of transgender people and a lot of also gender non-conforming, and I feel like a lot of people get the two confused, or they can also be intertwined in one person. But also people put a lot of labels on things when they don't really have to. Now, for what Trump did, how do I feel about it? Honestly, I feel like this whole issue in general is stigmatizing these kids. I feel the whole situation in general is just unnecessary. These kids who are deciding to transition should be dealt with at personal levels with their school, their parents, and if that person decides that they want to use the bathroom of which they identify with and everything is fine, then, and I don't mean that because other people are uncomfortable, this child should have to feel uncomfortable. I mean, if everyone is not going to bully this child and it's safe for them to go into the one that they identify with, then by all means, that's beautiful that they can do that. Now, I think some people have an issue with the fact that the guidelines had something to do with the child being able to use the locker room with what they identify with. Now, I don't really know anything about that. I can understand. I don't want to seem like the bad guy, but I also have to say that I can understand how maybe other parents feel like they're uncomfortable with that and why it would be a concern. Although I just don't feel like there's that many transgender kids in these schools in general that are transitioning. You know, like, I feel like for the ones that have to be pushed aside and feel like they are not being accommodated to, and they feel like they are not comfortable with what's going on in that school, then that school should definitely accommodate them, because you need a safe place for a child to develop, to grow. Don't we want all of our children in our society to become full grown adults that reach their potentials? I mean, it's just very detrimental to the child. I mean, it's detrimental to adults as well. Adults feel like, what's going on? Like, the fact that I'm transitioning and all of this is happening is very scary. Like, and it's honestly crazy to think about it. And I honestly hope the people that are transitioning, the young kids, I hope this changes in some way, and I hope no child is being or feels the way that they feel like an outcast. And if you do, I want you to know that you're not alone. There's people who feel just the same that you do. And, you know, we're fighting for you, and you're not alone. And I want people that aren't transgender to know this is not something that's made up. There are studies that have been done that show that my feelings are valid, that these child's feelings are valid. You don't go to a hospital one day and say, hey, I feel like I'm transgender. You have to actually see therapists, see several people who also agree with you. You know, this has existed for a very long time. You've probably used the bathroom with someone who is transgender and you didn't even know. You know, there's different cultures. If you just research it, there's different cultures and who have different names for what this is. And in history, it's been found that transgender people have existed. We are real. I'm real. I exist. And, you know, it's unfortunate that we have to meet this way, but I hope that we can coexist. Thank you for watching my video, whoever watches my videos, and that's just how I hope that I cleared everything up. I made like an extremely long video about this where I got really into my feelings, and I feel like this one is just more straightforward and straight to it. I just want people, but what I went so much into it was how this isn't just a feeling, and I just want people to really know that this isn't just a feeling, and we don't do this. We're not trying to make you uncomfortable, and vice versa. You shouldn't try to be making us comfortable. We should be able to coexist, everyone in the world. We're all different, and I don't know. But thank you for watching my videos, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope I see you next time.